Now, to put it broadly, my goal for this project is to be able to do a corkscrew with and without certain factors. I'm sure a lot of you don't know what a corkscrew is. There's a link that comes out to this one. It shows a visual aid of what a corkscrew is. You can look that up whenever you get the chance. I highly recommend you do to know exactly what it is I'm talking about. Now, to get one thing straight, I do know how to do a corkscrew. I know, or at least I know I'm capable of doing a corkscrew. I've done it before a number of times. But the thing is, back in December of 2016, I had attempted a corkscrew at Labor Park at downtown Greensboro, and I hurt myself. I landed wrong, and it caused a contusion at the ball of my foot, and it made it difficult for me to walk for the next 1 to 2 months. And it was pretty. It didn't look all that bad. It wasn't that serious of an injury, but it was still. I felt. I still felt pretty horrific. Um, Ever since then, I've gained a mental fear to even attempt a corkscrew. Earlier, I mentioned certain factors to do. One of my goals was to do a corkscrew with and without certain factors. There are certain factors I'm able to do a corkscrew despite getting over this, getting over certain things. One factor is I would need to be peer pressured into doing a corkscrew. Um, Having people around that would encourage me enough to even attempt a corkscrew. And the other factor is that it would take me a good 10, well, not even 10, 15, 20 minutes, maybe even half an hour to convince myself or encourage myself to do a corkscrew, to talk myself into it. Now, this goes into my process goals. My process goals for this project is to be able to do a corkscrew without the aid of peer pressure, because I want to be able to do this without having people around. I don't want to have to rely on other people being around to attempt a corkscrew. My other process goal is to not be able or do this without taking it so long to mentally prepare myself to do this, because that is so annoying. And even though I'm thinking about safety usually when I'm like hesitating this much, at the same time it's a bit of a hit to my ego that I it takes me that long to mentally prepare myself to do this move, knowing that you can do it, remembering that you've done it a number of times. Um,